What's going on, you guys? My name is Noah. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is going to be a video surrounding an injection of testosterone for my doctor-prescribed testosterone replacement therapy. I will take you through start to finish how I currently like to pin, why I like to do it that way, and just kind of see how it goes real time. It's very important to remember that I am not a physician, I'm not giving medical advice, and I'm certainly not telling you how I think you should administer testosterone replacement therapy, but I have been doing this for a long time, and I do think that seeing guys in the wild do this sort of thing might be helpful to someone who's new or someone who's looking to get a different perspective on how different guys administer their TRT. Guys, today's video is being brought to you by Let's Get Checked. I have not been shy on this channel about the fact that I had extremely low testosterone, and treating that low testosterone has saved my life. So when we talk about things like motivation and apathy and inspiration and drive and dealing with depression and anxiety, it is very, very appropriate to find out if you may have a vitamin D deficiency or a testosterone deficiency or a hormonal imbalance, something that can help give you guidance and instruction as to what you should do next. Companies like Let's Get Checked allows that to happen discreetly from the comfort of your own home. I get it. A lot of us, particularly amidst COVID, don't want to go out, and some people just don't like being in front of people or dealing with big blood draws. Let's Get Checked will allow you to have their lab sent to you in a box via something simple like a little finger prick. You'll do it before 9 a.m. You will send it back in. They will process your results. A physician will actually review them, and a nurse will call you to go over and just give you some guidance and help you understand them. This is an incredibly, incredibly useful thing, so please consider using it. I use it, my dad uses it, so make sure that what's going on isn't something that you can easily correct with the right information. Use discount code NOAH20. I'll put a link in the description to the hormone panel and the testosterone check, but please view their labs and see what might be more appropriate for you or what you might want to tack on. Discount code NOAH20 to get 20% off your entire order. Help support the channel and help support your life. All right, guys, back to the video. All right, let's get to the shot. So I have a bunch of these needles here. These are bigger needles, I think they're 18 gauge needle. The smaller the gauge, the bigger the actual hole in the needle itself. Really, really useful for the drawing of the testosterone. What I've got here is an insulin syringe. That means it's a very high gauge, but very, very small needle. The length of this needle is 5/8 of an inch. Some guys think you have to have an inch long needle in order to properly hit the muscle belly. Like for me, for example, it's on the outer quadrant of my leg. It's not true. 5/8 of an inch with an insulin needle, which is pretty damn small, 25 gauge is more than enough. I've had my blood tested enough times to verify this. So 18 gauge huge, 25 gauge small. Go as small as possible. Feel the prick of the needle going in as little as possible. Testosterone cypionate, 2,000 milligrams in a 10 ml bottle. This is pharma grade testosterone. Now, I might not normally take an alcohol swab to the top of something that I'm opening for the first time, like that. But I will do it for the sake of this demonstration. So here is my alcohol prep pad. I like to pin on the outer quadrant of my thigh. I will go ahead and sanitize that as well. I used to do all of my shots on the left leg. I have since rotated to the right. I hadn't realized how much my left leg had become like a pin cushion. I should have been switching back and forth a lot sooner. I didn't, and I'm glad I finally did. I had this idea that it would be weird to rotate over because I thought, just positionally speaking, it was a lot easier to get here on the left leg. I had more control. I tend to get a little nervous before I do an injection. I don't care how many times I've done it. I tend to just feel my nerves. I have to breathe through it. I always thought rotating over would just make it hard and maybe hurt worse. It turned out that's fine. So we're gonna take our insulin syringe and needle right here. I'm gonna pop the top, remove that needle. I'm going to open one of the bigger needles. This is so I can draw quickly. Go ahead and place that on the syringe, not too tight. And you draw back, it comes out very, very quickly. So I'm gonna start pushing that back in, get all the air out of it. Perfect, and that is 60 milligrams, by the way. Typically you'd put this in a sharps container. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this needle off. I feel myself shaking right now. Had a lot of caffeine actually this afternoon. Now I'm gonna take my insulin needle, the 5/8 of an inch, go ahead and put that on. Now this I do wanna screw on tight. I actually really like these Tough Strips. I wish I could say I was sponsored by Band-Aid because I would just feel like a baller if I was, but I'm not. But I do like these particular ones. They work really well. Occasionally you will have a bleeder. Hopefully today's not that day. But I do like to get this Band-Aid ready first. The leg has already been prepped. So now it's just a matter of pinning. Let's see how this goes. Something I recommend doing is taking a few deep breaths, or at least one. Just try to settle myself. I don't care how many times you do this, it's not fun pinning yourself. It's more fun than having low testosterone though, that's for sure. But let's give this a go. So I give my leg a little shake as well. Just try to relax myself so I don't tense up. I keep my leg extended. If you can see there, Mark, I'm gonna go ahead and remove all the air from the vial. Right there, perfect. Hell yeah, that went really smooth. I'm gonna draw back, see that? And put it back in. That's just making sure that there's no air. Oof. Now, there we go. I'm just gonna try to relax. Now I'm fully relaxed. No engagement of my muscle. I kinda wish I'd done that sooner. And just slowly plunge it in. No stinging right now, feels pretty damn good. As you can see, even with the 25 gauge, it goes in pretty fast. That's what she said. And now, we're just gonna wait 5 seconds and pull. Beautiful, it did not breathe. It did not bleed, which is always the hope. And then I put a Band-Aid every time either way. There you go. But I do have a Sharps container. It's a portable one. It's just a smart idea to keep track of those and make sure you know where you're putting them. Guys, again, get your blood work. If it's not through Let's Get Checked, which is fine, get it checked somehow. Find a doctor who's willing to do it if you don't feel comfortable using the promo that I gave you. But I can't stress enough how important it is to do that. Getting my hormones optimized was the building block for me addressing addictions, the building block for me addressing mental health issues and anxiety, all the things that I was suffering from. I never had a chance to actually start working through them until I didn't have absurdly low testosterone. I was lower than your average 95-year-old man when they found out what was going on with me. And I just think it's powerful information, so I encourage you to do that. I think it might be interesting to do these more often because some shots go really well and some shots sting really bad, or you hit a nerve, or you get pushed out, or they bleed, or you bruise. There's just like there's some things that can happen. And I think it'd be worth capturing more footage like this to give you guys more perspectives on what this is like, and maybe try some different injection sites. Okay, we'll see you guys soon. Thank you for being here again. Mark, thank you for filming, and adios amigos.